Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Hey, everybody, it is Peter and Sal here, and we are just wishing you all the very best for 2024. I cannot believe that I'm actually saying that already. The year has just flown by. And I think when we get to the beginning of a new year, I really personally love to have some reflection time on the year that was, the things that have happened during the year, the things that I've achieved, the things that I can improve on, the things that weren't so great, and looking for the lessons that I could learn from those things as well. What about you, Sal? How do you approach a new year?
I'm generally the same, and probably I take it back to the previous New Year. What were my plans? What did I set? What were my goals?
Yes.
What did I achieve? What didn't I achieve? Can I put them down on my list for this New Year's to try and achieve them? Or are they something that I've just put on my list knowing I'm never going to do it? you know, So we'll just mark them off and not bring them into the new year.
Yeah, look, I think the new year is always a time where what is first and foremost in our mind is that it is about embracing change. So we're heading into something new. So what is it that we want to change about our lives? And I will say that the underpinning thing for every single thing that we do in life is always our well-being. Because if we're not well, we can't work. And if we're not well, we can't do all of the activities that we would want to do in life. And so it needs to be one of those things that we do put first on our list of things to do. So I would encourage everybody today to really think about what are those things that they do want to achieve as far as their well-being is concerned, and think about it not from so much about, maybe I want to lose weight, but think about it from the perspective of what actions am I going to take this year? So more about, those tangible things that certainly you can put that tick against them as well too. Because, if you were to look at it and you go, okay, I'm going to work out for 10 minutes each day, well, then you can give yourself a big tick or a gold star or whatever it is to celebrate that thing that you've just achieved that day. So it's so much more rewarding than, just focusing on, oh, I need to eat less and I need to exercise more because I'm really focused on losing this weight. Because when we start to take a more calmer approach, a more less stressed approach to the things that we want to do as far as our health and our well-being is concerned, then those things start to fit into place a lot more easily.
Absolutely. Beginning of the year, we set big goals. I want to lose 20 kilos. And so our focus is always on that 20 kilos and not on the little things that I'm going to do today. So today I've eaten well. Today I've gone for my walk. Today I've done 20 minutes of strength training, or I've done a 10-minute workout. So I think it's very important while you have this big goal, focus on those little goals that, as you said, tangible things, tangible actions. Not just thoughts, not just something that's written on a piece of paper, actions that you can do every day. And before you know it, coming around Christmas next year, you'll be looking at that big goal that you've set, and it's going to be a lot closer, or you've achieved it and you're on to your next big goal.
I like to take that approach where, like this month, I go, okay, I'm going to drink 30 to 40 mils per kilo of body weight, because that's how much my body needs to stay hydrated. So that's what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to give myself that tick each day when I've got it done. And over that, 30 days for the month, it becomes so consistent for me that what I can do is quite easily take it in to the following month.
Following month, yes.
Yeah. And then what I can do in the following month is add something else to that. And that might be that I'm going to eat, 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. Because, one of the things that we know as we're aging is we do need a little bit more protein to help our bodies. And so we could make that the next focus. And maybe the month after, it could be that I'm going to, go up and lift heavier weights. I might add a kilo extra or 2 kilos extra. So, thinking about those things that are going to be easier for you to do that are really actionable.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. You want actions.
You do.
While it's great to write things down, because we always say, take it out of your mind, write it down.
Yes.
And while it's great to write it down, you have to action those items on that to-do or on your goal list to be able to achieve your goal.
Yeah. And look, I think the other important aspect of it is the celebration as well too. So I think we skipped that part of it. So for me, putting a goal sticker on the calendar to go, I've done it. That's just enough for me. That's a woohoo moment, So it could be, you wave your fist in the air or, you give yourself a pat on the back. It doesn't have to be anything that's massive as far as celebrating, but it is taking the time to celebrate that thing that you've done that day.
Yes. And along with that celebration, being conscious of how you speak to yourself after you have done one of those actions. We hear it often in our fifth leg studio. Oh, I only got 4 sets out. No, you didn't.
Yes.
You got 4 sets out. That's amazing.
There's no only.
Celebrate that. Yeah. There's no only, there's no but, there's no should have.
There's no just. I've just done this either. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. You have done something, celebrate it.
Yeah, I really like that piece of advice. I think the other thing is about connection as well too. So, getting support and having accountability is definitely one thing that really helps us work towards those goals that we may have as well too. And just knowing that we're not alone as we're taking those steps forward. And I think so often, Sel, as we're aging, we do become more involved in thought processes as well too. So we're more connected to ourselves. But sometimes what we can do with that is just get ourselves busy and not allow ourselves that opportunity to really connect with ourselves. And I think that's probably the most important aspect of these connections, fostering connections, is that you foster that positive connection with yourself.
Yes. And I think it's so important to have those minutes or moments during the day to connect with yourself, because you find out a lot about yourself, not just mentally but physically as well, connecting with your body. Oh, I didn't realize that was hurting. Oh, I didn't know that was happening. So you discover a lot about yourself physically as well, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. So, my final thought for today is really just embrace that we are moving into a new year and think about those things that you want to achieve this year. And it's not about anybody else, but it is about you. And if you do have significant other people in your life, then obviously you want to take them into consideration with what it is that you're trying to achieve as well, and make sure that you're not just wholly and solely focused on you and not taking any time out for them as well too.
Yeah.
Anything you want to finish up with, Sir?
If you are one of these people that sets your goals on January 1st, leave it for a few days.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of times we rush in. It's New Year's Day, January 1st. I need to start right now. But you're a bit lost on what you want to do. And what I'm talking about is, the wellness aspect of it. If wanting to lose weight, get more active, those sort of things. Just give yourself a few days, but give yourself a timeline. So like, okay, by the 5th of January, I'm going to have a list together of what I want to achieve this year.
Yeah. If I think about that, Sal, I think about when you're going to write an email and send it to someone. I always sit on those emails, because if you respond straight away, what's going to happen is that there could possibly be things in there that you wish you would have said better.
Yes.
So the same thing applies to, thinking about those goals that you want to set. Maybe today you might do some rough outlines of what they happen to be, but then just sit on them and percolate and think about, do I really have the time to do these things? How am I going to fit it into the day? And I think it all comes back down to thinking about that you're not actually getting rid of something else in your life. It is something that you are actually gaining.
Yes.
So it's a gain rather than something that you're taking away from yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me, Sal.
Thank you for having me, Peter. As
Happy
always.
New Year. Enjoy your
Happy New Year.
2024. I'm sure I'll be talking to you. Happy New Year, ladies. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.